If you are intending to start a new chapter in Singapore, you should know that the country offers a variety of different work passes such as Employment Pass, S Pass, Entra Pass, Personalized Employment Pass, One Pass, Tech Pass, and even Work Permits. So many of them and sounds confusing, right? Don't worry, today I'm going to talk about the two more commonly known passes, which is the Employment Pass and S Pass. If you wish to know the differences and which pass is better to apply for your Singapore PR, this is the episode to watch. Before I go on, hello everyone, I'm Kay from the Immigration People. Together with my partner Elena and we share a lot of knowledge about Singapore immigration matters. So this should be your go-to channel if you wish to find out more about how to migrate to Singapore. So let's get started. So what are the differences between Employment Pass and S Pass? Employment Pass, in short, EP, are for foreign professionals with high-level qualification, a good university degree, and or specialized skill. And EP holder normally are in a managerial, specialized role or sometimes an executive. S Pass, meanwhile, are for associate professionals with a mid-level skills. They are holding on to technical certificates, diploma, and sometimes a degree. The next difference is salary range. Higher qualification comes with an expected higher salary. For Employment Pass holder, you need a minimum basic salary of $5,000 to qualify. Meanwhile, for S Pass, you need a minimum salary of $3,000 a month to be able to qualify for an S Pass. However, your age, years of experience in the industry, and your qualification will actually influence your salary range. For older applicants for both S Pass and Employment Pass, you will need a higher salary to qualify. For Employment Pass especially, if you're 40 years old and above, most probably you will need a minimum salary of $10,500 to be eligible for Employment Pass. Please take note that the minimum salary range for both Employment Pass and S Pass are set to increase higher in the upcoming years of 2023 and 2025. The last difference will be the quota and levy requirement. For S Pass, the quota remains between 10 to 18% depending on which industry you are in. 10% for service industry and 18% for the rest of the industries such as manufacturing and processes industry, which means that total 10 to 18% of your total workforce are eligible to apply for an S Pass. Meanwhile, an employer is supposed to pay S Pass levy and the range will be between $450 to $650 a month. Although Employment Pass has no quota and levy requirements, but there will be upcoming changes which will affect the Employment Pass application in Singapore, which will launch in September next year, and it will be called the Compass Framework. Next up, perhaps we can discuss about the similarity of both passes. Generally, for S Pass and Employment Pass, if you're applying for the first time, you'll be given a validity of up to 2 years by the Ministry of Manpower. Meanwhile, for renewal, it can be renewed for up to 3 years. Now, that's about it for the similarity and the differences between the two passes. At this point, you might be getting a little bit too excited and can't wait to apply for an Employment Pass. So will you be the one who's going to apply for Employment Pass? The answer is no. Generally, if you were to look for a job, your new employer should be the one who is going to apply for your EP for you because they will be the sponsoring company. Or a registered employment agency can also do that for you. However, if you are a business owner and wish to set up your company in Singapore, you can apply for Employment Pass under your own entity, perhaps as a company director. That should be the Business Relocation Services, and that will be a topic for another day. Now here comes the million-dollar questions. Which pass has a better chance in getting your Singapore PR approved? Now it's very difficult to say because we will need to understand your situation. Applying for PR is very different from applying for a work pass in Singapore. There are many factors that will influence the success of a PR application, not just qualification and working experience, but it will also involve factors such as your contribution to Singapore, your commitment to Singapore and your willingness to sink root, family ties, and many more. Although the employment pass is a more prestigious and more desirable work pass compared with S pass because it is intended for people with higher qualification and higher salary, but it actually does not guarantee you a PR approval. If you wish to find out more about your chances, it's best to speak to a professional so that we can understand your unique situation. The government can implement changes in the requirement for employment pass and S pass from time to time. So it is always good to check out on MOM website to find out more about all these changes because it might affect you. For instance, there has been a changes in September 2022 about the salary requirement for both S pass and employment pass. You can watch the video from our Minister Lawrence Wong about the new implementation.
Sir, let me emphasize that Singapore will continue to stay open and welcome talent from around the world. The adjustments in our foreign worker policies apply mainly to the broad middle of the workforce. This is where we have Singaporeans doing the jobs, but we need to continually adjust our rules to ensure better complementarity between our foreign and local workforce. At the higher end of the workforce, where there are acute skills shortages, we will continue to bring in professionals with the right abilities to be part of Team Singapore.
If your employer is not willing to increase your salary to match the minimum salary requirement for work pass, you might risk losing your work pass, which means you cannot work in Singapore anymore. If you want to find out more about applying for EP and S pass, you can just contact us at support@tip.com.sg. And that's all for today. If you find the video useful, remember to like and share with your friends. If you have yet to subscribe to our channel, do remember to subscribe to our channel so you will not miss out on our weekly new content. We'll see you next week. Bye!